Hello friends, we started a lecture series on numericals of solutions chapter. So far we have done numericals on concentration of solution and colligative properties like relative lowering of vapor pressure and osmotic pressure. Today we will do numericals on other colligative properties which are elevation in boiling point and depression in freezing point. These two properties are almost similar to one another. We have already observed this when we did its theory. So I have clubbed them in single lecture. First, I because these two properties involve molality of solution, so I have added a numerical on molality so that you can have a idea about molality. So let us do the numerical. Automobile lead storage batteries contain an aqueous solution of sulfuric acid. The solution has a density of 1.230 gram per ml at 25 degrees Celsius and contains 368 gram sulfuric acid per liter of solution. We have to calculate molarity of sulfuric acid in the solution and molality of sulfuric acid in the solution. So first of all, we will see what is given to us. We are given with the weight of sulfuric acid. I will denote it by W. It is 368 gram. So as it is solute, so we can give it a W2. We are also given with the molecular weight of solute. As the solute is sulfuric acid, so we can calculate its weight. Its weight is 16 into 16 into 4, 64, 64 plus 32, 96, 96 plus 2, it is 98 grams. So we are given with the volume of solution. So please see, per liter means volume of solution. So we will see volume. I will write here volume of solution. It is equal to 1 liter and we are given with the density of the solution. So D is equal to 1.230 gram per ml. So these are the data which we are given. So we have to calculate molarity and molality. So first we will calculate molarity. So molarity is the number of moles of solute per liter of the solution. So volume is already given per liter. So now we just have to calculate number of moles. If we calculate number of moles from the data as volume is already 1 liter, so that number of moles will be equal to molarity because this contains the number of moles per liter of solution. So number of moles, it is very easy to calculate. N is the number of moles. This is given by weight of solute, which is 368 divided by its molecular weight. Molecular weight is 98. So it comes out to be 3.755. So its value is, so we have 3.755 moles of sulfuric acid per liter of solution and moles per liter of solution is molarity. So that means molarity, which is denoted by capital M of sulfuric acid H2SO4 is equal to 3.755. Now let us recall the definition of molality. Next thing we have to calculate molality. So molality is number of moles of solute per kilogram of the solvent. Now here it is not solution, it means per kilogram of the solvent. Now here we are not given the weight of solvent. Okay, but we are given volume of solution and the density of solution. From this we can calculate weight of solution. So I will write it WSOL. That means weight of solution. It is equal to volume into density. Volume is as it is in gram per ml. So we have to convert volume into ml. So it is 1000 ml multiply by density is 1.230. So this will be equal to 1230 grams. So we have 1230 gram of solution. This is the weight of solution, out of which weight of solute, which is W2, is 368 gram. So weight of solution, W solution is equal to weight of solvent. I will denote it by W1 plus weight of solute. This is the total weight of solution. We know W solution, it is 1230. So W1 we have to calculate. We don't know the weight of solvent plus weight of solute. We know it is 368 gram. So we can calculate it by simple subtraction. So W1, which is weight of solvent, is 1230 minus 368. 1230 minus 368, which is equal to 10 minus 8 is 2, 12 minus 6 is 6, 11 minus 3 is 8, 862 grams. So this is the weight of solvent. This much weight of solvent contains these many moles of solute. So listen carefully. These 3.755 moles of solute are present in 862 gram of solvent. Now to calculate molality, what we have to calculate? The number of moles per kilogram of solvent, means per 1000 gram of solvent. So we can easily calculate it by unitary method, which says 862 gram of solvent contains the number of moles 3.755. 3.755. So 1 gram of solvent will contain 3.755 divided by 862. We have to calculate for 1 1 kilogram, means 1000 gram of solvent. So 1000 gram of solvent will contain 3.755 divided by 862 into 1000. So these are the number of moles of solute, means sulfuric acid, present per kilogram of solvent. So if you solve it, it will come out to be something like 4.35. So this is the molality of sulfuric acid, small m. So it is 4.35. The only thing that we have to take care is of that molality is number of moles of solute per kilogram of solvent. It is not solution, per kilogram of solvent. Now two things are changed. First thing it is per kilogram, not per ml. Second thing, it is per kilogram of solvent, not solution. If you remember these two things, then it is quite easy to find the molality. So this was the numerical. So let us move to our main topic, that is numerical based on elevation in boiling point and depression in freezing point. The numerical is 10 gram of a substance dissolved in 100 gram of water raised its boiling point by 0.98 degrees Celsius. Calculate the molecular mass of the substance. The molar elevation constant for water is given 0.52 degrees Celsius per molality. Now let us see what is given. So we always denote solute by W2. So W2 is given. W2 is a 10. It is weight of solute. What is weight of solvent, which is water? I will denote it by W1. So in binary solution, 1 denotes solvent and 2 denotes solute. It, these are conventions. So weight of solvent is 100 gram. So he says that this much of solute raised its boiling point by, that means it is elevation in boiling point. We are given delta TB, which is elevation in boiling point is 0.98 degrees Celsius. 98 degree Celsius. Next thing we are given with its Kb, molar elevation constant. We denote it by Kb. Kb is equal to 0.52 degrees Celsius per molality, small m. I will denote molality by small m. Now we have to calculate molecular mass of the substance. So for that we will first apply the formula that we have derived in our theory lecture on elevation in boiling point. We have a formula. The elevation in boiling point is given by molar elevation constant Kb multiplied by molality of the solution. So I have derived this relation in my theory lecture. I have kept the link in the description, so you can check it there how to prove this relation. Now delta TB, KB is given molality. Molality we already know it is the number of moles per kilogram of solvent. So it is given by W2 by M2, which gives the number of moles of solute per kilogram of solvent. Means here we have 1000 divided by weight of solvent in grams. So this is the formula for molality. So we can put it here. We have delta TB is equal to KB as it is. So into putting the value of molality, it is W2 divided by M2 into 1000 divided by W1, which is weight of solvent in grams. So we have to calculate molecular mass of substance M2. That is what we have to find. So we will take it to the left hand side. So M2 is given by KB into W2 into 1000. So divided by what is delta TB comes here. Delta TB into what we have W1. Now let us put the values so you will get the answer. So KB is 0.52 degrees Celsius per molality 0.52 into weight of solute is 10 into 1000 divided by delta TB is 0.98 into what is W1? W1 is 100. So it gets cancelled. Okay. So it is 10 into 10, 100. 100 into 0.52 is 52 divided by 0.98. So if we take it as approximately 1, it will be approximately 52. If we exactly solve it, it is something like 53 grams. So approximately it is 53 gram. So this is the molecular weight of the solute that we have to calculate. So we have calculated it from elevation in boiling point. We have calculated the molecular weight of solute. So it was quite an easy numerical. We just have to put the values to get the molecular weight of solute. Now let us move to next numerical. It states that a solution containing 0.5126 grams of naphthalene whose molecular weight is 128 in 50 gram of carbon tetrachloride yields a boiling point elevation of 0.402 degrees Celsius, while a solution of 0.6216 gram of unknown solute in the same weight of solvent gives a boiling point elevation of 0.647 degrees Celsius. Find the molecular mass of unknown solute. So first let me give you brief about this numerical. He says that a given weight of some solute in 50 gram of carbon tetrachloride, it produces a boiling point elevation of this. Similarly, he says if we have now 0.6216 gram of some unknown solute that we have to find its molecular weight, unknown solute in the same weight of solvent means in 50 gram of carbon tetrachloride. So its elevation in boiling point is 0.647 degrees Celsius. We have to find molecular mass of unknown solute. Now first let us see what we have the formula. We have the formula delta TB is equal to KB into M. So this is the formula. So what is delta TB is elevation in boiling point is given. So let I am now applying this to second case whose molecular mass we have to determine from here. I am applying this formula to this portion of numerical because we have to find molecular mass. So it will come from molality. So delta, but one thing also we require here, we require KB. KB is not given here in the numerical. So KB will come from first part of the numerical from here to here. So this part of numerical will give you value of Kb. So when we find the value of Kb, we will use that value to find molecular weight of unknown solute. Now let us see how to find Kb. First, let us try to find Kb and apply this relation to first part of the numerical. A solution containing 0.5126 gram of naphthalene. So Wn. I will denote solute by W naphthalene. Wn is 0.5126 gram and molecular weight of naphthalene Mn is 128 gram. It is given. So what else is given? Weight of solvent, carbon tetrachloride. So I will denote it by WCCl4, that is 50 grams. Okay. Now let us apply all these things and we are given boiling point elevation delta TB. Delta TB is equal to 0.402 degree Celsius. Now we have to apply this formula, these values in this to calculate value of Kb. Let us apply. So what is the formula for molality? I will write here once again for your reference. It is weight of solute divided by its molecular weight, W2 divided by M2 into 1000 divided by weight of solvent in grams. So let us apply here and delta TB is given 0.402. 0.402 is equal to Kb. We have to calculate into molality. So molality is W2. W2 means solute. Solute is naphthalene. It is 0.5126 gram. 0.5126 divided by its molecular weight is 128 multiplied by 1000 divided by weight of solvent in grams, it is 50. So from here we can calculate Kb. Kb will come out to be, if we take Kb here and take all other things to left hand side, it will be 0.402 into 128 into 50 divided by 0.5126 into 1000. So if we solve this, its value will come out to be something like 5.02 degree Celsius per molality. The unit is degree Celsius per molality Kb. Molar elevation constant we have find. Now we will again apply this relation to second part of the numerical whose molecular weight we have to find. Let us apply here delta TB is for second part. I will write second part. This was the first part of the numerical by which with the help of which we calculated Kb. Now second part of the numerical says W of unknown solute Wu is 0.6216 gram and weight of solute is the same. He says in same weight of solvent. So WCCl4 is again 50. So now let us see what we have to, what is given. Delta TB is given. Delta TB is equal to elevation in boiling point is 0.647 degree Celsius. Now we have to find molecular weight Mu we have to find. That is our question mark. What we will do? We will apply again this delta TB is equal to Kb into M2 this data. Let us see what is have. Delta TB is 0 point, I will say here so that we don't get confused. 0.647 is delta TB is equal to KB we have calculated. It is 5.02 into molality. What is molality? W2. W2 means weight of solute. It is 0.6216. 0.6216 molecular weight we don't know, we have to calculate it, we have to find it, so I will keep it as mu. What else is 1000 divided by 50, rest is same, so we have to calculate mu. So mu molecular weight of unknown solute is 5.02 into 0.6216 6216 into 1000 divided by 0.647 into 50. So what I have done, I have taken mu here and 0.647 here. So this is the molecular weight of unknown solute, and if we solve it, its value will come out to be something like 96.46 gram. If you solve it, it will come out to be 96.46 gram. Now it was quite an easy numerical. We just have to apply this formula twice. In from the first part, we calculated the value of Kb because Kb was not given. The molar elevation constant was not given. So by applying it to the first part of the numerical, we calculated Kb and it came out to be 5.02 degrees Celsius per molality. Then we used this value of Kb for second part of the numerical to calculate its molecular weight. So we successfully applied this to second part and use the value of Kb calculated from first part, and we calculated molecular weight of unknown solute to be 96.46 gram. So that was again quite easy numerical. Just we have to apply this formula twice. In first case, we calculated Kb because Kb was not given. In the second case, we again applied to calculate molecular weight of unknown solute. Next numerical, the vapor pressure of an aqueous solution of cane sugar is 732 mm at 100 degrees Celsius. Calculate boiling point of solution. Kb for water is 0.52 Kelvin kg per mole. So kg per mole is molality per molality because mole per kg is molality. So it is Kelvin per molality. So let us see what is given. We are given with the vapor pressure of aqueous solution of cane sugar. So let us denote this vapor pressure by PS. So PS is vapor pressure of solution. It is given 732 mm. Okay. Second thing, temperature is given. Temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. If we convert it into Kelvin as it is given in Kelvin, so it is 373 Kelvin. Next, what is given to us? So here one thing I want to keep in your notice that there is no need to change the unit because it is a delta TB 0.52 Kelvin and 0.52 degrees Celsius is the same. Let us try to first understand this. The unit of delta TB, whether it is in Kelvin or it is in degree Celsius, it will have same value. Why? Because it is change. Change means the difference between two things. Whether we take units in Kelvin or degree Celsius, the change will always remain same. So whether we take degree Celsius here or Kelvin here, it does not make any difference. So temperature is 373 Kelvin and molecular weight we are given. Molecular weight of cane sugar. This is 342 grams. What else we are given? Just that. So KB is given. KB is 0.52 Kelvin kg per mole. Okay. So mole per kg is molality. It can also be written as Kelvin per molality. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the boiling point of the solution. So we can calculate delta TB. If we know delta TB as temperature is 100 degrees Celsius and the this is the boiling point of aqueous solution. Aqueous solution means the solvent is water. So 100 degrees is the boiling point of water. If we can calculate delta TB, elevation in boiling point, then we can calculate the boiling point of solution. Why? Because delta TB is what is delta TB? Boiling point of solution minus boiling point of Ts is boiling point of solution, T naught is boiling point of pure solvent. So Ts we have to calculate, we have to find the Ts boiling point of solution. It will be given by delta Tb plus T naught. So that now we just have to calculate delta Tb, and to calculate delta Tb we have a relation. Delta Tb is equal to Kb into M. Now delta TB is equal to Kb into putting the value of molality. Molality is weight of solute divided by molecular weight of solute into 1000 divided by weight of solvent in grams. So delta TB. Now if Kb is given, but we are not given the values of W2, M2 and W1. So M2 we have because it is a solution of cane sugar. M2 is given. M2 is molecular weight of solute. So we can have M2 here. But we are not given with the weight of solute, how much solute is there and how much solvent is there. So to calculate the value of W2 and W1, we will take the help of this part. Vapor pressure is given. So vapor pressure of an aqueous solution of cane sugar is 732 at 100 degrees Celsius. So at this temperature, the vapor pressure of pure solvent P naught, that will be equal to, now 100 degrees is the boiling point of water because solvent is water. Aqueous solution means solvent is water and temperature is 100 degrees, which is boiling point of water. So at this temperature, the vapor pressure of water is equal to atmospheric pressure, which is 760 mm. So now we have a relation that relative lowering of vapor pressure. From Rolle's law we have P naught minus Ps by P naught. Considering the solution to be dilute, it is N2 divided by N1. This is the relation we have. Now we know P naught, we know Ps. N2 is the number of moles of solute. N1 is the number of moles of solvent. So we can say N2 is, I will put here, N2 is, we can say W2 by M2, weight of solute divided by molecular weight of solute, and N1 is W1 divided by M1, weight of solute divided by weight of solvent divided by molecular weight of solvent. Now putting the values of N2 and N1, we have P naught minus Ps by P naught is equal to N2 is W2 by M2 and N1 is W1 divided by M1. So divided by W1 by M1, which it can be written as M1 divided by W1. Now we need, what is P naught? Putting this value, P naught is 760. 760. What is PS? PS is 732. divided by 760 is equal to W2 divided by M2 into M1 divided by W1. So 760 minus 732 is 28. So it is 28 divided by 760, which is equal to W2 divided by M2 into M1 divided by W1. Now if we come to this, to calculate delta TB, we need value W2 divided by M2 into W1. W2 divided by M2 into W1. What we will do, we will keep these things on one side and we will take M1 to other side. So from this we have W2 divided by M2 into W1. It is equal to 28 divided by 760 into M1. So this is the value of W2 divided by M2 into W1. So we can put here. So what we have delta TB now. Now what I have done, I have calculated W2 divided by M2 into W1 using this data. What I will do, I will put this value here. So we have delta TB is equal to KB into 1000 as it is. Value of this is 28 divided by 760 into M1. Now putting this value of KB and M1, M1 is 18. Why M1 is 18? Because the solvent is water and its molecular weight is 18. So we have delta TB is equal to, what is KB? Value of KB is given 0.52. 0.52 into 1000. It was an easy numerical. Now just 28. We have to put the values divided by 760 into 18. So it comes out to be, let us see how much it will be. It is 0.52 into 1000 into 28 divided by 760 divided by 18. Its value is 1.06. We can write 1.064. So it is a delta TB. Okay, degree Celsius. You can write it degree Celsius or Kelvin. Both are same because it is change. Delta TB, whether you take in degree Celsius or Kelvin, it will always have a value 1.064 because it is difference. Let us try to understand this point here. I will give you a simple demonstration. Suppose we have two temperatures, 25 degrees Celsius, okay, and 26 degrees Celsius. So its delta TB is change between these two is 26 minus 25 is 1 degree Celsius. Now if we convert it into Kelvin, 25 degrees Celsius is 298 Kelvin and 26 degrees Celsius is 299 Kelvin. 299 now. Now delta TB is 299 minus 298. It's again 1 Kelvin. So if we have a change difference between two, whether we take in degree Celsius or Kelvin, both are same. So if we take it in degree Celsius, delta TB is 1.064. It is the elevation in boiling point. So the boiling point of we have to calculate boiling point of solution, which is delta TB plus T naught. T naught is 100 degrees Celsius because boiling point of water is 100. So as T naught is 100 degrees Celsius and TB we have calculated, TB comes out to be 1.064 degrees Celsius. So TS is given by this relation delta TB plus T naught is 100 plus 1.064. It is 101 0.064 degrees Celsius. So this is the answer. That is the boiling point of solution. So it was again an easy numerical. In order to calculate molality, we have to take the help of first part from vapor pressure of a aqueous solution. So what I did, I used a relation delta TB is equal to KB into M and put the expression of molality, which is W2 by M2 into 1000 by W1. Now, from this data, vapor pressure of solution and vapor pressure of pure solvent, I have calculated this W2 divided by M2 into W1 like this. So P naught minus PS by P naught is equal to W2 by M2 into M1 by W1. From here, we can calculate W2 divided by M2 into W1. Then put this value here and putting the molecular weight of solvent as it is water, so it is equal to 18. So we calculated delta TB. Now if we know delta TB, so we have a relation boiling point of solution is equal to boiling point of pure solvent plus elevation in boiling point. So it come out to be 101.064. So easy numerical. Just we have to be rational and we have to read the statement very carefully and we have to remember all our knowledge, what else we know, how we can calculate the missing things that are required to solve a numerical. Just that. Next numerical, a solution of 3.795 gram sulfur in 100 gram carbon disulfide. Carbon disulfide is CS2. This is carbon disulfide. Its boiling point is given 46.30 degrees Celsius and enthalpy of vaporization is given 6400 calorie per mole. He says that this solution boils at 46.66 degrees Celsius. What is the formula for sulfur molecule in the solution? So he says that a solution has been obtained by dissolving this much amount of sulfur in 100 gram of carbon disulfide whose boiling point is this, and the solution's boiling point came out to be this. This is boiling point of solution. We have to calculate the formula for sulfur molecule in the solution, so that we can easily calculate first, but we need to know the molecular weight of sulfur in the solution, so that we can calculate with the help of elevation in boiling point. So first we will write what is given. We are given weight of sulfur, Ws. It is weight of sulfur. It is 3.795 gram. Okay. Now we are given weight of solvent, which is carbon disulfide. WCS2 is 100. Okay, but we are given boiling point of CS2, which is T naught. T naught is equal to 46.30 degrees Celsius. Now we have to convert it into Kelvin. Why we need to convert it Kelvin? We will see later. If we convert it into Kelvin, that means 46.30 plus 273 Kelvin. So if we add 273, its value will be something like, what will be its value? 319.3. So it is 319.3 Kelvin. Okay, what else is given? Delta HV. So we will write later, but first we will write boiling point of solution. TS. TS is equal to 46.66 degrees Celsius. So I again mentioned to calculate delta TB, there is no need to change the units because difference will be same. So delta TB is boiling point of solution minus boiling point of pure solvent. It is 46.66 minus 46.30. So I will write 46.66 minus 46.30. It is 0.36. Now either you say degrees Celsius or you can also say Kelvin because difference will be same. So it is 0.30. So 0.36 Kelvin. because we have to use this temperature, so better to say it as Kelvin. Now delta TB we have calculated. What else is given? Now we, in order to calculate molecular weight of solute, the relation that we have to use is delta TB is equal to Kb into molality. Molality we can easily calculate it from these values of weight of solute and weight of solvent, but we don't know the value of Kb. Now how to calculate Kb? If you remember, when we derived the derivation, we have a value of Kb. So please remember this formula. It is RT naught square divided by 1000 LV, where R is gas constant, T is boiling point of pure solvent. So it is given. T naught is given. R we will see how much value is given. Now LV. LV is latent heat of vaporization per gram, but we are given delta HV. So delta HV is given. It is equal to 40 64 sorry 64 calorie per mole. So this is the value of delta HV. So if we divide it by its molecular weight of carbon disulfide, so we will get LV. So LV is a molar heat of vaporization divided by molecular weight of solvent, which is CS2 in this case. Molecular weight of solvent MCS2, and delta HV is 6400 divided by molecular weight of carbon disulfide is 32 into 2 64. 64 plus 12 is 76, and the unit is calorie per gram. Now it becomes calorie per gram. Now we have to use the value of R as it is in calories, so we have to use R equal to 2 calorie joule. Its joules equivalent is calorie, so its value is 2 calorie per mole per Kelvin. So these are the units of R. Now by putting these values here, we will calculate Kb. So if we put these values here, what is R? 2. What is T naught? T naught is 319.3. 319.3 into 319.3 divided by what is 1000 and LV. LV is 6400 into 6400, and 76 will go in the numerator. So this is the expression for Kb. If you solve this, its value will come out to be something like, let us see, 2 into 319.3 into 319.3 divided by 1000 divided by 6400. So its value is 0. 0.03186 multiplied by 76. 0.0318 multiplied by 76. So if you solve it, it will come out to be 2.42. So this is the value of Kb. Now we have Kb, which is either you say Kelvin or degree Celsius Kelvin per molality, or you can use kilogram per mole. Now this is Kb. Now we have to calculate molecular weight of sulfur in this solution. So what we will do, we will apply this equation here. So delta Tb is given. Delta Tb is 0. First I will write the expression for molality. So delta TB is equal to Kb into what is molality? Weight of solute, which is sulfur, divided by molecular weight of solute into 1000 divided by weight of solvent. Now delta TB is 0.36 is equal to Kb. We have calculated 2.42 into what is weight of sulfur is given 3.795. 3.795. So weight of sulfur, or we can also call it W2 divided by M2, that we have to calculate its molecular weight, we have to calculate into 1000 divided by weight of carbon disulfide is 100. It gets cancelled. From here we can see M2 is equal to M2, we can keep it here, 0.36 will come here. It is 2.42 into 10 is 24.2 into 3.795 divided by 0.36. It is the molecular weight of sulfur in the solution. So if we solve it, it will be 24.2 multiplied by 3.795 divided by 0.36, it will come out to be 255.1 gram. Okay, so this is the molecular weight of sulfur in the solution. So it is molecular weight of sulfur in the solution. We have to calculate the formula of sulfur molecular in the solution. So what is the molecular weight of monatomic sulfur? Molecular weight of monoatomic sulfur, or we can say atomic sulfur, it is 32. Now what is the molecular weight of the sulfur in the solution? It is 255.1. So that means we have to calculate how many sulfur molecules they have combined to give this molecular weight, so that we can easily calculate. So it is equal to weight 255.1 divided by weight of, we have to calculate how many sulfur atoms are will club to give molecular weight equal to 255.1. This we can calculate by dividing it by the molecular weight of atomic sulfur, which is 32. So its value will come out to be 255.1 divided by 32. 255.1 divided by 32, it will be 7.97, because 256 is 8, it is approximately 8. So we can say that it is present as S8. The sulfur in the solution is present as S8 because molecular weight of S8 is 255.1 gram. So that was the question. What is the formula of sulfur molecule in the solution? It is S8. This we calculated with the help of molecular weight of sulfur in the solution, and when we divide it by molecular weight of atomic sulfur, we calculated its formula. It is S8. It was an easy numerical. So the trick was to calculate value of Kb. For that you need to remember this expression. Kb is equal to RT naught square divided by 1000 LV, where LV is latent heat per gram. Please remember it is heat of vaporization per gram. Delta HV is molar heat of vaporization. So to calculate LV from delta HV, we just need to divide it by molecular weight of solvent. So this is LV. So R we have to use 2. Why? Because delta HV is given in calories. So R is 2 calorie per mole per Kelvin. So it gives us the value of Kb. So value of Kb was something 2.42. When we put here, we calculated molecular weight of sulfur. It was 255.1. So its formula was S8. Let us move to next numerical. A solution of urea in water has a boiling point of 100.128 degrees Celsius. calculate the freezing point of the same solution. So a solution of urea has a boiling point of this. We have to calculate its freezing point. We are given with molar depression constant and molar elevation constant. If these values are given these, so we have to calculate the freezing point of the solution, but we are given with the boiling point of the solution. Now let us see how to calculate. Now in order to calculate, as these are solutions in water, so for water we have boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. It is a boiling point. So freezing point TF. Suppose I denote it as TF naught. It is 0 degrees Celsius. It is a freezing point. Okay. So we know for water what is given, boiling point of solution. TS is given. TS is 100.128. That means delta TB is TS minus T naught. 100.128 minus 100, it is 0.128 degrees Celsius. KB is given. KB is 0.512. So units are here. I will not write degree C per molality. So I will write degree C per molality. So these are the units. Now we have to calculate the freezing point of the solution. So we can calculate freezing point of the solution TFS. That is what we have to calculate, freezing point of the solution. It is our question mark. Now what we have delta TF. Delta TF is a depression in freezing point. So we will calculate value of freezing point of solution from delta TF. Now what we have delta TF is equal to KF into M, but value of M is not given, KF is given. KF is what is KF? 1.86 degrees Celsius. Units are same as KB, so it has same units. So if we know the molality of solution, we can calculate delta TF. If we know delta TF, we can calculate the freezing point of solution. Now we can calculate molality from that because the same solution has a boiling point 100.128. So from it we calculated elevation in boiling point, and elevation in boiling point is given by delta TB is equal to KB into M. So M is equal to delta TB by KB. So putting the value here, M, we have delta TF is equal to KF into molality is delta TB divided by KB. Now putting the values of the data, KF is 1.86, KB is 0.512, and delta TB is 0.128. If we solve it, it will come out to be 1.86 into 0.128 divided by 0.512. It is 0.465 degree Celsius. This is the depression in freezing point. That means the freezing point of the solution will be this much lesser than the freezing point of the water. So freezing point of water is 0 degree Celsius. So what will be the freezing point of solution? TFS. This is freezing point of solution. This is freezing point of pure solvent minus depression in freezing point. is 0 minus 0.465, which is 0.465 degrees Celsius, minus minus 0.465 degrees Celsius. This is the freezing point of the solution of urea whose boiling point is 100.128. So this was an easy numerical. Next, move to next numerical. Let us move to next numerical, and which is the last numerical of today. Now we are given with 68.4 gram of sugar whose molecular mass is 342 is dissolved in 1000 gram of water. So we have to calculate freezing point, boiling point, vapor pressure at 20 degrees Celsius and osmotic pressure of the solution at 20 degrees Celsius. So we have to calculate four things: freezing point, boiling point, vapor pressure and osmotic pressure. The density of solution is 1.024 gram per cc. Vapor pressure of water is 17.633 mm. The heat of vaporization of water is 539 calorie per gram and heat of fusion is 79.6 calorie per gram. So first let us see what is given to us. We are given with the weight of solute W2, which is sugar. It is 68.4. We are given with its molecular mass. M2 is 342 grams. Units are grams. Now what is we are given with the weight of solvent W1. So weight of solvent. So I will erase by mistake. I have. Okay. So we are given W1 weight of solvent, that is 1000 gram, and as the solvent is water, so we have its molecular weight M1 is equal to 18. Now what else we are given? We are given temperature. Temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. When or we can convert it into Kelvin. It is 293 Kelvin by simply adding 273. So what else we are given? We are given density of solution at this temperature. Density of solution is 1.024 gram per ml. Next, we are given vapor pressure of water at 20 degrees C. So it is vapor pressure of water, that means P naught, pure solvent at 20 degrees Celsius. It is 17.633. What we are given? Now heat of vaporization, it is per gram, that means LV. Heat of vaporization LV, it is 539 calorie per gram, and heat of fusion is given LF is equal to 79.6 calorie per gram. So this is the data which is given. So first let us see one by one, we will calculate all the things. First thing that is asked is what is the freezing point. So in order to calculate it, so a freezing point, what we have to do, we have to apply this relation. Delta TF is equal to KF into M. If we know delta TF, that means the depression in freezing point, we can calculate the freezing point of the solution, because we know freezing point of pure water is 0 degrees Celsius. But for that we need KF. Now how to calculate KF? We will calculate KF from value of LF. So we have a relation KF is equal to R T naught square, where T naught is the boiling freezing point of pure water, or any solvent. In this numerical solvent is water, so I am saying water. So T naught is the freezing point of pure water divided by 1000 into LF. Now, what is R? As it is in calorie, so we have to use value of R is equal to 2 calorie per Kelvin per mole. So this is the value of R. Now R we know, 1000 we know, LF we know. Now freezing point of water. Now we have to be very careful as the value of R says that temperature has to be in Kelvin. So we have to use the value of freezing point of water in Kelvin. Now what is freezing point of water? TF naught. I will denote it by temperature freezing point. Naught means pure water. TF naught is equal to 0 degree Celsius, or we can say 273 Kelvin. Why? Because when we have to calculate KF, we have to use the temperature in Kelvin. So KF is R2 into 273 into 273 divided by 1000 into LF. LF is 79.6. Now let us try to solve it. What does it give us? It will give us a value. So 2 into 273 into 273 divided by 1000 divided by 79.6. So it is 1.87. So 1.87. This is the value of KF. Similarly, we can calculate KB because we also have to calculate the boiling point. So let us calculate KB. KB is same relation RT naught square divided by 1000 into LV, where T naught is boiling point of pure water. I will denote it by TB. Naught means pure water. It is 100 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius, or 373 Kelvin. So when we put the value in Kelvin, we have to use the value of temperature in Kelvin. Why? Because value of R has units to calorie per Kelvin per mole. So KB is 2 into 373 into 373 divided by 1000 into LV. LV is 539. So let us see its value. 2 into 373 into 373 divided by 539 divided by 1000, it is 0.516. 0.516. So this is KB. Now we have calculated KF, we have calculated KB. Now let us see what we have to calculate. We have to calculate the first thing is freezing point. So I will have to erase some data. So as I have calculated the value of KF and KB, so we will erase how we have calculated these values. So I will erase this because now you know how I have calculated the value KB. Similarly, we will erase this. So now we have some space, so we can calculate our numerical. Now let us do delta TF, calculate delta TF. Delta TF is KF 1.87 into molality. Molality means the weight of solute 68.4 divided by its molecular weight 342 into weight of solvent is 1 kg So 1000 by 1000. So no need to write, just calculate the number of moles, that is sufficient. So if you solve it, it will be something like 0.2. Okay, so 1.87 into 0.2, you can calculate. 1.87 into 0.2 is 0.374. It is 0.374. This is the delta TF, means the depression in freezing point. Now freezing point of pure water is 0 degree Celsius. So freezing point of solution TFS. Freezing point of solution is 0 minus depression. It is 0 minus 0.374, because freezing point of solution will decrease, is minus 0.374 degrees Celsius. One thing we have calculated, freezing point of solution. Similarly, we can calculate boiling point of solution by applying this formula. Delta TB is equal to KB into M. Let us apply. Delta TB is, we have to calculate. KB is 0.516, we have calculated, into molality will remain same. 68.4 divided by 342. So as weight is already 1 kilogram, so it will get cancelled. So means 0.516 into 0.2, 0.516 into 0.2, it will be 16 into 2 is 32, 5 into 2 is 10. So 0.1032, its value is 0.1032. So it is a delta TB. So delta TB we have calculated, it come out to be 0.1032. Now we have to calculate the boiling point of solution. So boiling point of solution will be higher than the boiling point of pure solvent. So it is 100 boiling point of pure water plus elevation. Elevation is 0.1032. So it is 100.1032 degrees Celsius. So this is the freezing point of the solution. So we have calculated the this is the boiling point of the solution, and this is the freezing point of the solution. So we have calculated two things, freezing point and boiling point. Next thing is we have to calculate vapor pressure at 20 degree Celsius. So it is quite easy. First of all, but I have to raise something. So I will erase the things that I don't require now. So this we have calculated, so I don't require it now. So now we will do the part C and D. So part A and B are over. So now we have to calculate the vapor pressure and osmotic pressure of the solution. So for that we will see how which data we can use and how we can come to our desired results. So let us do. Oh, yeah, this data I don't require now. That's why I have erased it. So now let us do part C. We have to calculate the vapor pressure at 20 degrees Celsius. We have to calculate vapor pressure of solution. We are given vapor pressure of pure water. P naught is given. So vapor pressure of pure water, it is 17.633. Now if we apply Raoult's law, as the solute is non-volatile, because sugar is non-volatile, so vapor pressure of solution will be equal to mole fraction of the solvent in the solution multiplied by vapor pressure of solvent in the pure state, because the vapor pressure due to solute will be zero, so vapor pressure of solution will be only because of vapor pressure of a solvent in the solution, and that is given by uh, with the help of Rolle's law, which states that the vapor pressure of any component in solution is equal to vapor pressure of pure component multiplied by its mole fraction. Now we just have to calculate mole fraction x1 of water. The mole fraction of x1 is the number of moles of water n1 divided by n1 plus n2. Now calculate n1, and weight of water is 1000, molecular weight is 18. 1000 by 18 divided by 1000 by 18 plus n2. N2 is 68.4 divided by 342. So it is x1 will come out to be 1000 by 18 is 55.56 divided by 55.56 plus 0.2, it will be 55.76. So this is the mole fraction of solvent. So vapor pressure of solution is x1 into P naught. X1 is 55.56 divided by 55.76 multiplied by vapor pressure of pure water, which is 17.633. So it come out to be, if we solve it, it will come out to be approximately 17.569. So that is the vapor pressure of solution. So to calculate the vapor pressure, we have used Rolle's law, which states that when we add a non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure of solution is equal to the vapor pressure of only of solvent, and vapor pressure of solvent in solution is given by vapor pressure of pure solvent multiplied by its mole fraction in the solution. So we calculated the mole fraction. From that we could easily calculate the vapor pressure of solution. Last thing required is osmotic pressure. Okay. Now osmotic pressure is pi is given by number of moles divided by volume of solution into R. R is 0.082 into T. We have to use T in Kelvin. So 20 degrees C means 293 Kelvin. So we have used the relation pi is equal to N by V R T. Now N is the number of moles we know that, N2 we have. N is 68.4 divided by 342 is 0.2. So N is 0.2. Just we have to calculate now volume of solution. We are given weight of solvent and weight of solute. So weight of solution. First we will calculate weight of solution is equal to W1 plus W2. It is 1000 plus 68.4. It is 1068.4. It is its weight. We have to calculate the volume. We have a relation density is equal to mass per unit volume. So volume is equal to mass upon density. It is 1068.4 divided by density is given 1.024. Okay. So it will come out to be, let us see, 1068.4 divided by 1.024. It is 1043 ml. Okay, we have to use the volume in liter, so it will be equal to 1.043 liters. So pi is now putting the values. We know n, we know v, we have all these values. So pi is 0.2 divided by 1.043 volume in liters, that we have already discussed in detail about in numerical zone osmotic pressure. I will attach the link of that lecture in the description section into that why we have changed the units into 0.082 into 293. It will come out to be, if you solve it, it is 0.2 into 0.082 into 293 divided by 1.043. It is something around 4.6 atmosphere. So this is the osmotic pressure of the solution. So we successfully calculated freezing point, boiling point, vapor pressure and osmotic pressure of the solution. The trick was just that, to convert this weight into volume. So we need the volume of solution. First we calculated the total weight of the solution, then we calculate from density, we calculated its volume, then we converted it into liter and put in the formula. So we could easily calculate the osmotic pressure. So that was all for today. So today we discussed some numerical zone, elevation in boiling point and depression in freezing point, and also revised our previous colligative properties. In our next lecture, we will do some numericals based on abnormal colligative properties. We will see the numericals when we used electrolytes. We will use Van 't Hoff factor. So please do subscribe the channel and also share with your friends. Thank you very much.